Welcome to Subramani. I'm going to talk about a topic which people don't like, which I have spoken about in the past, is to say what to do when the market corrects. It is easy for us to say, oh, I'll sit through a bad market, but the problem is when you're being asked this question, you're in a very comfortable position. Think of the person who is perhaps about to lose his job or lose his spouse to, let's say he's losing his spouse to cancer. She was also earning, she's just 47 years of age or 46 years of age, and that is the time when the market goes through a bad phase, maybe a 10% correction, which is not very difficult to find. In the last 20 years, if you see, we must have seen a 10% decline at least 15 times, if not 20, right? Every year you will see a 4% decline. Occasionally you will see a 30% decline, but 10% decline is not unheard of, right? So which means when the index is at 82,000, you're talking of an 8,000 point fall. So the market coming down from 82,000 to 74,000, which doesn't mean much, right? It means just about last 6 months gain or 5 months gain is being wiped out, but people will panic, and people do panic. Why you should not panic is very clear. It's because you know that it is temporary. You know the market will come back. You know you're investing for the long run. Very clearly you're focused that this is money for your child's education or child's marriage or your retirement, and each of these goals is 10-15 years away. So just because there is some political change somewhere in some state, big state, small state, doesn't matter, and something like that, the market falls, or some rate cut in US does not happen, or rate cut happened too fast, or whatever reason, some FII pulled out, anything like that, markets can see a 10% fall. That is exactly the time to be sitting tight and looking at your goals and saying, my goals are far away, my goals are 10 years away, 15 years away, and I have enough market statistics to show that in the long run, maybe 10-15 years, even though the market I should not use past data to predict the future. I know market will give me good returns. All I need to do is sit calm. That is very difficult during this period when there is panic. So what happens is you sell. Now this is one of the worst things to do, because it means you're locking in the temporary losses. The losses could be temporary, right? So you could see your Sun Pharma falling from 900 to 300 during COVID times, which is perhaps the best time to have bought those shares, right? Because I don't think it fell much below 320, 330. I'm just giving you one example. So buy it at 300, sell it at 400, but don't sell in a panic. Buy in when the market is panicking like this, when the VIX, that the volatility index is high. It's a fantastic indicator that the market is seeing something which you are not able to see. The best thing is to buy more. If you're not buying more, at least don't sell. So then look at your goals, say my goals are aligned, so I will not sell and contribute to the panic and contribute to the recession. But there is a caveat. If you think that the market is overpriced now and you want to change your asset allocation, you should sell. It's got nothing to do with the market is going to fall, but you have had enough and you said, okay, I've got 26% return in this fund last 1 year, I've got 38% return over the last 3 years, which is more than sufficient, so I'm happy selling off. That is from your state of mind. It has got nothing to do with the market. Don't sell after the market has fallen. So my logic is very simple. Panic, yes, you must panic, but you must panic at a peak, right? You should not panic at a bottom. And secondly, you should not panic after the panic is over. Then there is no point in selling, right? So market will fall. You will have a look at it. Getting scared is optional. Market will fall, definitely market will fall, but you know that over a period of time, 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, it will recover, and you don't need this money for 15 years. So right, so if you want to know how to stay calm and invest wisely, it's important that you sit through these difficult times. In fact, I made another video saying one of the very important features of a good investor is grit. sitting through tough times is great. So yes, that will definitely help. So don't do a panic sell, don't contribute to the recession, don't say everybody is selling so I am selling, right? But that's how we have been buying. If you have been buying because everybody is buying, there's a good chance that you will sell because everybody is selling. So be careful about those things. Don't make mistakes like this, because there will be other mistakes which we make without realizing. But some of these mistakes we have seen, and we know what to do, right? Another thing is, people then say, okay, I will wait to buy, I will wait for the bottom. That will never happen, right? So take a single individual share. It has fallen from 800 to 400. Is it a good time to be buying? I don't know, simply because it could fall to 300. So best is to buy some at 400, buy some at 375, buy some at 350, and at 300 buy some more. Will it stop there? We don't know. Only later on you will know, oh my God, Sun Pharma fell right up to 350 or something like that. But that would be too late. If you are waiting for it to fall to 250 or 200 or 80 or something like that, that's not going to happen. So waiting to buy and waiting for the bottom at which to buy and saying that is the only price at which I will buy is again a big mistake. Don't do this, because you will miss it. You will miss it simply because when it hits the bottom, let's say Sun Pharma went from 800 to 400, and at 400 you thought it's a good time to buy and you bought, and then you feel, oh, then it fell down to 375, then you panicked and said, no, this is not a bottom, let me sell. That should never happen, because just like acquiring shares which you are doing on an SIP basis, you will have to buy some of these shares which are falling. Yes, it takes guts, simply because you don't know what could have gone wrong with your own COVID protocols, your own income, right? So I in fact cut down all my SIPs, so I did that, but I put all that money into the equity market. So waiting for the bottom doesn't help. So you buy at 400, you buy at 375, you buy at 350, you buy at 325, and you also buy at 300. If you are lucky, you will buy more at 300, but if you are not lucky, you have still bought from 400 to 300. That's important. So waiting for the bottom to buy or waiting for the top to sell are both which happens only in textbooks. Yes, occasionally it has happened for me, but that is occasionally. Some shares you are able to catch at the bottom and sell at the peak. I mean, Coal India at 117 or 115 was a damn good buy. Did I buy it at the bottom? Well, thereabouts. No, not really much different. Of course, then you can feel, oh, why did I buy only so much? Why did I not buy more? But will I be able to sell them at their peak? Will I be able to sell all my shares at the top? No, it's not possible, because I've already sold partially, right? So some of these things you will do, some of these things you're 100% convinced that it is a great share, but you don't know how long to hold and how much to hold. So some of these things you will do, but if you wait for the bottom to buy or wait for the top to sell, then that's a huge mistake. You shouldn't be doing that. Another thing which I found people doing, which I myself did, but I reacted in a slightly different way, I'll explain to that, is stopping the SIPs. Many people do that. They say, oh, market is going down, so let me stop the SIPs. That's fantastic, provided you are buying shares or doing something else with that money. Getting out of equity markets because you think it's at the top, or getting out of equity markets because you think it is at its bottom is a overreaction kind of a thing. That's okay, maybe for somebody who knows how to chase valuation, who does not believe the theory that you buy and hold. There are such people, and nothing right or wrong about markets. Every market is made up of people who think very differently. So here is the person who thinks that the market is valuation is completely wrong, so I should get out. Fine, perfect, but does it mean that you can also do it? Maybe no. I have always held this the Prashant Jain theory, that markets are never up or down. Some sectors are up and some sectors are down. Remember 2002 to 2007, your pharma, your FMCG and all did not react much. It was an infrastructure boom. So during that period, if your portfolio was full of pharma and FMCG, you would have seen the market go up dramatically, but your portfolio did not go up, right? So we do not know what the future has in store for us. So because of that, be careful about this. You can't stop your SIPs and when I stopped my SIPs, I used that money to buy direct equity, because I thought direct equity will give better returns during this time when the fund manager could be meeting a redemption pressure and things like that. So, and it worked for me. I was lucky perhaps, but yes, it did work. So some of these things if you do, and why do I keep making these videos? Because one day when the market falls, I can say, look, I told you market is going to fall. I have no clue when the market is going to fall, but reading this, hearing this, listening to this will at least keep you grounded and make sure that you don't react in panic either at the top or at the bottom. Thank you.